All right, gang, so wanted to take a minute to kind of talk about the new format of workout that we're doing here. We love it, right? We're super excited about it, and I think you guys are gonna get a ton out of it, but I wanna make sure you guys understand some of the finer points of like how the two different working blocks are gonna be kind of set up here. So we're always gonna warm up, some kind of activation, stretching, we'll call it whatever you want here. But once we kind of break down the intent of the day, coach the movements up a bit, we're gonna hit the go button, the start button, and you guys are gonna be on your own to kind of warm up and then find a working weight for that first block, especially the first block being our strength focused block. So let's say, for example, the workout that we're rolling to today is 13 minutes. We're gonna have a deadlift with a tempo, a dumbbell bench press with a little bit of a tempo, and then our midline kind of filler movement is a standing teapot with a kettlebell over here. So those first two movements we're gonna zero in on, the deadlift and the dumbbell bench press. Those are like our two focused movements. The teapot, like I said, is just a filler. So I don't necessarily need to worry about the weight so much there. It's more just kind of a feel thing. But for our bigger movements, right, with the deadlift and the dumbbell bench press, we need to figure out what's gonna be a good, appropriate working weight that's gonna challenge us, and then also make sure that leaves us some room in the tank and we can maintain our tempo. So those big three: challenge, room for progression, and then maintaining tempo or any like prescribed movement modifications, if you will. So, excuse me, I'm getting over a little bit of a cold here. So I'm gonna show you what it looks like here. I'm gonna start the clock for myself so I kind of like can keep myself accountable. So like I said, it's 13 minutes long. I've got this first weight on here set up. I'm gonna roll through my first warm-up set of deadlifts. Again, this is a great opportunity for me to practice my tempo, practice my setup, any feedback the coach may have given me earlier in like the warm-up or maybe in weeks prior. Good, so I practiced my warm-up, or I practiced my deadlift, easy warm-up set there, took 15 seconds. Then I'm gonna go to my dumbbell bench press. So prescribed reps here were 3. Prescribed reps here are 10. I probably can do all 3 each set here and not really crush myself. For the dumbbell bench press, depending on how light your warm-ups is, I definitely recommend getting at least 1 full set of 10 in here. So that's what I'm gonna do here. Okay, so dumbbell bench press felt very easy. Deadlift weight felt easy as well. So I'm gonna do another jump. Again, 1 to 2 warm-up sets. If you're brand spanking new, you probably have no idea what you're working up to. That's fine. You're also probably not working up to a whole lot since we're newer, right? We're still learning the movements. So I don't expect these to be super accurate, but you should be able to tell after this second round through that I'm about to do here, like, okay, what's gonna be appropriate? What you also notice is I haven't done a set of the teapots yet. Don't need to be doing the teapots just yet. We wanna make sure we're saving those to in our working sets here. So, this is probably gonna be my last warm up. I'm gonna do this and the dumbbell bench press. So I'm gonna get set up. So like I said, the prescribed reps here were 3. I can do 3 each time. I'm not gonna get worn out. The dumbbell bench press, different story. We've got sets of 10 prescribed for this today. So what I wanna make sure is like you do enough to make sure I feel like, okay, 10's gonna be right on, or whoa, 10 reps gonna be way too heavy or too many reps with these. So I might do somewhere in the ballpark like 5 or 6 here. I'm gonna get set up. Perfect. So that felt like it's gonna be good. A couple really good sets of 10 coming up there. So now I am up to my working weight. It has been just over 3 minutes, which is perfect timing. I'm gonna buy myself plenty of time to get my 3, maybe 4 really good working sets in here. I'm gonna take a breather. As you can tell, I'm a little out of breath here. So 3, 10, 10 per side with the teapot. It is just now 3:30, so I'm gonna get started on it. We'll see how long it takes me here. And again, in this, sense of urgency doesn't need to be super high. We want to focus on quality. We're chasing strength. We want the heart rate to be elevated a little bit, but it doesn't need to be anything more than like you feel like you're on a light jog. Like right now, I can talk in a relatively full sentence. I maybe wouldn't read a bedtime story, but full sentences should be doable. Oh, it's gonna be tough. Okay, so it's been about 90 seconds. I'm gonna go right into my teapots. Again, this is intended to be a bit of a filler, kind of force us to slow down on our strength days, or strength pieces rather. Perfect. That was 2 minutes and 15 seconds. That's exactly what we want, right? So I'm about just shy of 6 minutes in right here. I've got 2 decent warm-up sets under my belt. Got 1 full round of it in. I can easily get 2 more sets in here and maybe start a 4th working set, right? So we want to make the distinction between warm-ups, right, which would have been this weight and this weight on the bar, and then my working set is with all 3. We want 3 working sets in these block 1s, okay? Should be very doable. Again, as the weights or the weeks go on, you might progress up in weight, so that might mean maybe like a really, really quick warm-up set, or you start a little bit more aggressive with your warm-ups, right? So maybe next week, instead of this 25 on the outside, I want to do a 45. So that might mean my warm-up in week 2 goes this 45 and a 25, and then maybe a 45, 2 45s, and maybe this is my second set in week 2, and then that final set, the working set, sorry, getting confused here, will be all 3 sets. So let me walk it back. So in the second week, if I want to go up in weight, I want to make sure that I've got a bit more aggressive jumps and warm-ups, because I don't want to do the same exact warm-ups to get there. It's going to take me more sets. I need to make sure that I'm getting there in those 2 warm-up sets to that working weight. So maybe in week 2, my warm-up looks like 45 and a 25 for the first warm-up set. For the second warm-up set, maybe it looks like all 3 of these on here, or maybe it looks like these 2 plus a 15 instead of a 25. And then that first working set, so the third like total set of the day, if you will, would be 3 45s on here, right? So you're gonna have to kind of learn about, there's definitely a learning curve here. We know it's not easy, but this is the best way for us to cram a bunch of really good work in, but make sure it's really, really high quality. If you guys have questions, please reply, drop a comment in the video below, or send a reply back to the email that this was attached to. We would love to hear any questions that you guys have. Take care and let's get some gains.